Creek Beaters TV. Made possible by Butch and Cheryl King, Justin Hobbs Studio, Falcon Hooks, Basscasters USA, Titan Tungsten, Pulse Fish Lures, and PathfinderOutfitters.com.
Okay, 1 can of panko breadcrumbs. Okay, and that will determine if that's enough bait. I say no. And you want plain breadcrumbs. Italian seasoning, I have used Italian seasoned ones, I guess you call it. I have used them. Never did any good with it. But that's all I had at the time, so that's what I used. So now, 2 cans of breadcrumbs. Okay, now I'm using raspberry gelatin, sugar-free. Strawberry and cherry are recommended, but I have used raspberry and I've caught fish on them. Now, I don't know if it's the color red or what, but I have also used grape jello and never got a bite. So again, I don't know if it's the red color that they're attracted to or what, but it smells not really anything great. Now, your first can of corn, whole kernel corn, dump the whole thing. Don't drain it. You want all the liquid and all the corn. It's best to do this, in my opinion, in a 1-gallon bag because, as you can see, it's easily mixed up. Okay? See how dry that is down there still? Don't sweat that. Alright? Now, this can of corn, I just do the juice. I don't put the kernels in there. Okay? This is how you make a great pack bait. All that juice is in there. You can feel it starting to thicken up, get wet, get moist, and get thicker. Okay? Looks like dog food in there now. But we're a long ways off. And I like leaving the air in there so I got room to move it around. But we're a long ways off from having a good pack bait. Alright? Pack bait, you want it to look like a biscuit dough, kind of. Okay, so let's address this can of corn first. This can of corn, we will take it and dump it into a sandwich bag. Why? Because that's what I use on my hooks. This is the corn that we'll fill our hooks with. There you go. Just throw it all over your countertop. It's good for it. Set that right there. We fill the hooks with the corn. You'll see that here in a minute, here in a little bit. Or, actually, you won't see it on this video. You'll see it if you watch any of our carp fishing videos. You'll see how we do it. Set that aside. Now, this is still extremely dry pack bait. That's where the tropical punch comes in. This tropical punch, right now I've had in the refrigerator for well over a year. Which tells you, don't let your kids drink this crap. It's not good for them because it still smells good and everything. But some people will put strawberry soda. I use the tropical punch. Put roughly a half cup in there or so. You want enough to, see, this is all getting mushy now. But the dry breadcrumbs will soak that up. So that's what you want to do. You want to get it all mixed up. And I don't have nearly enough. I still got a lot of dry material in there, as you can see. but we are getting closer. Break up the big clumps if you can. And let's give it a little bit more. See what we're getting now? Now we're starting to get clumps of bait, dough ball. A little bit more. That's probably going to do it right there. Oh yeah. Now she's mushy up top, dry on the bottom. We just get that mixed up. We'll have a good pack bait. There's some good wet stuff on the bag. Really wet stuff right there. Mix that dry in with that wet. I think we're still going to need a little bit more, yeah. A little bit more. Sorry, it's noisy, but it's probably, in my opinion, the best way to do it. Now let's take the air out of this bag. Let's see. Okay, so now I can knead it a little bit better, a little bit more thorough. And yeah, we're still a little dry on that bottom. So you can see that's, I mean, that would fit, that would stick to a hook, but we need the whole thing like that. So just a little bit more, not a whole bunch more. Let's try that. I think that's what we're going to call good pack bait. It could stand to be a little more wet, but the whole thing is now saturated, as you can see, and it'll continue to soak up that fluid. So what we'll do is we'll take this pack bait and this corn. We'll fill up a hook full of corn. Then we'll take this pack bait, pull out a thing of pack bait, a clump of pack bait. We'll do that, set the hook in it, and put that out. Boom. Throw it out in the water, river, pond, lake, whatever we're fishing. And that right there, when it hits the bottom, will disintegrate into the water system, and it sets off this huge scent cloud, and the carp, catfish even, will come to, they smell this big scent cloud of corn, bread, jello, and tropical punch. They smell that going through the water system, and the corn that's floated in the pack bait that's floated down around, they start eating that corn. They mistakenly get this corn, which has a hook through the center of it, and fish on. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we here at Creek Beaters TV use pack bait. Watch some videos. You can watch some of our videos where we've used it, and a matter of fact, I'm making this now to go out and shoot another video. So if you don't catch the earlier videos, you might catch the next one coming up. This is Dave for Creek Beaters TV saying thanks for joining us, man. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. This is Dave for Creek Beaters TV about the pack bait. One thing I want to tell you about the pack bait, I'm not sure if I'm in a frame, so I'm going to hunker down here. One thing I can tell you about the pack bait is that it's super cheap. You're looking at less than $4 for the pack bait I just made, and it will last in the refrigerator weeks. I've kept it in there until mold started growing. I even used it then, but it was probably 3 or 4 weeks before that even began to start. So there's some of the pluses to that. You'll like it too, because when you get out there and you get it on your hands, you just, once it starts to dry, you just do this and it falls off. There's no bad stinks or anything like that, like with shad and different baits you might use. It's a pretty good bait, works pretty well. And then I'm going to do some more baits for carp fishing, which will be, you know what, I'm not even going to say it. I'll just wait and let you watch it. Test them and see how well they work. Can you hear my dog? old lugs in there walking around, he won't pick his feet up. He just wonk, 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 wonk. A dog is something else. But just wanted to make mention of that about the pack bait. And like I said, me and Austin's getting ready to go out right now and see if we can't put it to work. So stick around for probably another video or two from now, and you'll see this pack bait at work. Hopefully we bust some big ones. You never know.
What are you talking about? Creek Beaters TV? That's awesome.